The baby's cries pierced through the clinking of glasses and the soft music in the restaurant. Heads turned, whispers followed, and the tension grew heavier with every passing second. A billionaire, powerful, polished, accustomed to controlling everything around him, sat helpless at his table, rocking his infant in his arms. He had faced boardrooms filled with sharks, brought down competitors with precision, and built an empire worth billions. Yet in that moment inside that elegant restaurant, he looked like a man stripped of all power. His baby simply wouldn't stop crying. He tried everything, soft humming, bouncing gently, offering a bottle, but nothing worked. The infant's wails grew louder, echoing through the space, drawing judgmental glances from diners who believed a man of his stature should be able to handle it. His chest tightened with frustration and embarrassment. He wasn't used to feeling powerless. At the corner of the restaurant stood a young waitress named Clara. She had been working double shifts for weeks, her body aching, her spirit tired, but she had no choice. Bills didn't care about exhaustion. Rent, school supplies, and groceries came first, and yet, despite her own burdens, she carried herself with quiet strength. Clara's daughter, Amira, a bright-eyed 12-year-old with skin that glowed rich brown under the restaurant's soft lights, was sitting at a booth waiting for her mother to finish her shift. Amira often spent her evenings there, tucked away with her homework or a sketchbook, while her mother rushed between tables. She was used to the rhythm of clattering plates, sizzling dishes, and murmurs of conversations. But tonight, her attention was fixed on the crying baby. Amira had always had a gentle heart, a way of sensing people's pain and responding with compassion far beyond her years. She saw the billionaire's face, tired, desperate, and uncertain. Something inside her stirred. Without asking permission, without waiting for anyone to tell her what to do, Amira quietly slid out of the booth, walked across the restaurant floor, and stood in front of the table where the billionaire sat. For a moment the entire restaurant seemed to freeze. What was this young black girl doing, standing in front of one of the wealthiest men in the city? The man looked up, startled, his brows furrowed. Amira didn't flinch. She simply stretched out her small hands and said softly, "Can I try?" The billionaire blinked as if he hadn't heard her right. "What, your baby?" Amira whispered. "Sometimes they just need someone new, someone calm." The room held its breath. The man hesitated, caught between disbelief and exhaustion. Then, something in Amira's steady eyes disarmed him. Slowly, cautiously, he placed the wailing infant in her arms, and then, something miraculous happened. The cries softened into hiccups, then into silence. The baby blinked up at Amira's face, mesmerized by her smile, and within minutes, nestled against her shoulder, drifted into peaceful sleep. The billionaire sat there, stunned. His jaw tightened, his throat constricted. He had hired the best nannies money could buy, spent fortunes on the most advanced baby gadgets, but none of them had worked like this. This little girl, this stranger, had done the unthinkable in mere minutes. The restaurant buzz returned, but the atmosphere had changed. People whispered, not in annoyance this time, but in awe. Some even smiled, touched by the sight. Clara rushed forward, mortified. "Amira, sweetheart, you can't just—" But before she could finish, the billionaire stood. His voice shook as he asked, "Is she your daughter?" Clara nodded nervously, bracing herself for anger or condescension. But instead he looked at Amira with a mix of gratitude and wonder. "She has something special," he said quietly. Clara swallowed hard. Life had never been easy for them. She had worked tirelessly to give her daughter opportunities she never had. Yet the world often dismissed them, her for being a single mother waitress, and Amira for being a young black girl people underestimated. But here, in this unlikely moment, her daughter was seen not for what society labeled her, but for who she truly was, a soul full of kindness, light, and extraordinary grace. The billionaire pulled out the chair beside him and gestured for Clara to sit. She hesitated, her apron still tied, hands trembling, but he insisted. The conversation that followed was unlike anything she expected. He didn't talk about money or power. Instead, he spoke of loneliness, of how being wealthy had not protected him from feeling helpless as a father. He confessed how terrified he was of failing his child. Clara listened, not as a waitress to a customer, but as one parent to another, and Amira, holding the now sleeping baby, simply hummed a lullaby under her breath. By the end of the night, Something profound had shifted. Not in the billionaire's fortune, not in Clara's paycheck, but in the quiet realization that kindness can come from the most unexpected places. That sometimes the richest lessons in life aren't found in boardrooms, but in the hands of a child who dares to care. The billionaire left the restaurant differently than he had entered, not as a man embarrassed by his crying baby, but as a father humbled by a little girl's compassion. And Clara walked home holding Amira's hand, her heart swelling with pride, knowing that her daughter's light had touched someone in a way no amount of wealth ever could.